Cowboys Nation, this is one of those moments where you feel the shift coming, where you can sense that the Dallas Cowboys are finally staring directly at one of their biggest problems and saying enough is enough. For too long now, we've watched quarterbacks get comfortable against this defense. For too long, we've watched opposing tackles settle in, set their feet, and play pitch-and-catch football against us. And now, with the 2026 NFL Draft coming into focus, all signs point to Dallas making a move that could change the entire identity of this defense. And that move has a name: David Bailey. If you've watched this Cowboys team closely, you already know the issue. Pressure hasn't been consistent. The pass rush hasn't dictated games. There have been flashes, moments, individual wins, but not that relentless edge presence that wrecks game plans before the ball is even snapped. That's why this projection matters so much. David Bailey isn't just another draft name. He's the type of defender offensive coordinators lose sleep over, the kind of edge rusher who forces protection slides, chip blocks, tight end help, and still finds a way into the backfield. Watching Bailey on film, you don't just see sacks, you see disruption. You see tackles panicking, you see quarterbacks speeding up their clock, you see plays breaking down before they ever have a chance to develop. That's exactly what this Cowboys defense has been missing. Bailey plays with violence, urgency, and purpose. His first step explodes off the line, and when tackles overset to protect the edge, he converts speed into power like a veteran. When they try to anchor, he keeps driving. When they think the play is over, he's still fighting. That motor is non-stop, and that matters in Dallas because effort travels. One dominant edge rusher doesn't just boost sack totals, it elevates the entire defense. Linebackers play faster, defensive backs don't have to cover as long, turnovers increase because quarterbacks are forced into mistakes. This is how defenses flip seasons, not by patching holes, but by adding a cornerstone. And make no mistake, drafting Bailey with the 21st pick wouldn't be a luxury, it would be a statement. It would be Dallas saying, we are done reacting. We are going to dictate. This team has already invested heavily in the secondary, and while results haven't matched expectations, the blueprint still works if the pass rush does its job. Coverage and pressure are married in today's NFL, and without pressure, no secondary survives. Bailey gives Dallas someone who can win one-on-one, someone you don't need to scheme free, someone who shows up every snap and forces offenses to adjust. That's why scouts keep calling him a constant problem for tackles, because once you face him, there's no comfortable answer. And the beauty of Bailey is that he fits both timelines. He helps immediately and he grows long-term. He's polished enough to contribute early, but still raw enough to get better with NFL coaching. That's how you build sustainably. That's how you rebound from a disappointing defensive season without tearing everything down. Cowboys fans have been begging for accountability, for vision, for aggression, and this pick represents all three. It's not about replacing one player, it's about reshaping an identity. It's about getting back to Dallas defenses that hunted quarterbacks, that played fast, angry, and confident. Imagine Bailey lined up on Sundays with that star on his helmet, feeding off the crowd, feeding off momentum, feeding off the expectation that when Dallas needs a stop, someone is going to step up and take it. This is how the Cowboys turn the page, not with words, not with promises, but with action. If Dallas walks out of the 2026 draft with David Bailey, it tells the league we're done being passive, we're done being predictable, and we're done letting offenses dictate terms. Cowboys Nation, this is the kind of move that sparks belief again. This is the kind of move that changes Sundays. Let me know what you think. Do you want Dallas to go edge early? Is David Bailey the right guy to anchor this defense for the future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Smash that like button if you believe the Cowboys are building something real, and subscribe to Dallas Game Day so you never miss what's next.
Dallas Game Day family, this is one of those moments where you can feel the direction of the franchise being tested, not on the field, but at the negotiating table, because George Pickens just spoke, and Cowboys Nation needs to listen closely. After a breakout season, after becoming one of the most electric weapons this offense has had in years, Pickens made it clear that he's ready, focused, and prepared for what's coming next. And that alone should excite every Cowboys fan watching this right now. This is not a player talking about distractions, money drama, or uncertainty. This is a player who understands the business, respects the process, and most importantly, believes in his value and his future in Dallas. When Pickens says he's super prepared and leaves negotiations to his agent, that tells you everything about his mindset. He's locked in, he's professional, he's not running from the moment, he's embracing it. And let's be real, Jerry Jones publicly confirming that he expects to speak directly with George Pickens only adds fuel to this conversation. Cowboys fans remember what happened with Micah Parsons when contract talks got messy, trust broke down, and the result was losing a generational talent. This time, it has to be different. And Pickens himself said it best, this is not the same situation. Different position, different timing, different dynamic. Pickens came to Dallas, earned his role, led the team in receiving yards, led the team in touchdowns, earned a Pro Bowl nod, and became the guy defenses had to game plan for every single week. That's not hype, that's production. Over 1,400 receiving yards, 9 touchdowns, and consistent impact even when defenses knew the ball was coming his way. That kind of player doesn't grow on trees. That kind of player changes games, changes coverage, and changes the ceiling of your offense. And here's where the Cowboys actually deserve credit. Dallas has leverage, but they also have opportunity. They can extend Pickens long-term and lock in a dangerous duo with CeeDee Lamb for years to come. Or they can use the franchise tag as a bridge if needed. Either way, this is a position of strength, not panic. The fact that Pickens speaks positively, stays composed, and avoids public pressure shows maturity and buy-in. He's not trying to force his way out. He's not stirring noise. He's letting his play speak. That's exactly the type of culture this team needs moving forward. And let's not ignore the bigger picture. With the Cowboys already eliminated from playoff contention, this offseason is about building something sustainable, something smarter, something that avoids repeating past mistakes. Keeping George Pickens in Dallas is a foundational move. He's young, he's durable, he's explosive, and he fits this offense perfectly. Whether it's a long-term deal or a temporary tag, the Cowboys cannot afford to let another elite talent walk out the door because of miscommunication or ego. This is where lessons are learned. This is where Jerry Jones, the front office, and the coaching staff have a chance to prove they can protect the future instead of mourning it later. Cowboys Nation, this is not just about a contract. This is about direction, identity, and commitment to winning. George Pickens looks like a Cowboy, plays like a Cowboy, and talks like a Cowboy. Now it's on Dallas to finish the job the right way. I want to know what you think. Should the Cowboys lock up George Pickens with a long-term extension right now, or play it safe with the franchise tag first? Drop your opinion in the comments, smash that like button, and subscribe to Dallas Game Day so you don't miss any Cowboys news, reactions, and real talk as this offseason heats up.